There are some official myths where people will more or less correct me if I try to say that I would feel or have felt any differently from what they actually tell me. One of these is about this whole breakup thing, and according to this official story, which I actually have been confronted with a few times, so it's not only one specific person having misunderstood something. This really is the actual official story, and also that people really try to convince me. You must understand, this is actually how things are. Why do you keep denying it? This breakup story, it is said that at that time, or not only at that time, as a result of this, I became, I don't think they have mentioned the word depressed in this situation, but as I no longer managed to keep myself together or something like that. And from that day and on, things would only keep going the wrong way. So this being the actual cause of things is not in any way doubted. And to this also comes her helpfulness and her engaging in things and caring, and not to mention being empathetic. Well, you have probably never met any person in the whole world who speaks so much about her own empathy. So, speaking that much, you should expect it to be true. Because otherwise, most people would perhaps be a bit hesitant regarding this exposing your own superpowers. But all these years trying to get me upon, the right one. And for some shorter period of time, perhaps actually got me onto it. Fuck. Me resisting and refusing, denying, because of different things, and then her making this decision that no, I can't be the one babysitting him after having tried all these years, making me depressed, and I would still not. I might even show signs of being happy. And as most people may figure out this cannot work in the long run. So she need to make this rather hard and painful decision, knowing that perhaps this would affect me. On the other hand, that might actually be exactly what he needs. If he keeps refusing, although this will affect other people too, probably he actually needs to crash to realize his need for help. And second, might add to this that when we rearranged this living situation, this also is supposed to have been a reason for my life cracking, and not only cracking in general for some reason. This is supposed to be interpreted as me becoming depressed for her moving to her own apartment, and me crashing because of that. This is in no way speculation. This has become canonized fact, and one of these that people keep telling me, yeah, but now we actually do know that this happens to be the fact. Yeah, yes, you're right. And she even said this to me. I understand if you are upset because of this, because this will be some kind of reliving the whole thing, and I understand if you're suicidal. And this has also, yeah, after that, this was what really pushed him to the edge, because I couldn't accept this, or this made him go from just severely depressed to suicidal. Yeah, for some reason I'm still alive. So things actually having only become, I would say, 100, perhaps 1,000 times worse since that. And the big problem, making things crash, so far has not been caused by her absence, but rather by her ever-present presence. Because this became extremely clear that the more she officially distanced herself, the more of all these controlled behaviors and getting information from other people, and also these stories becoming completely ungrounded, and all these people becoming involved, and not just involved, but really wholeheartedly involved and engaged into this catching the troll, the monster, this big radioactive giant gorilla climbing some yeah, what kind of big buildings do we have here? Doesn't matter, high as hell either way.